Hi guys. Ladine asked if I would do another masking video, this time how to do it with sitting images. So that's what we're going to have today. There's a couple different ways. I'm going to start with the easiest one, and that's just going to be using little Fairwee Josie here. She's just a small little stamp that's sitting down. So I'm just going to get her on my cardstock. This one's the Copic Express It. Okay, so I've got her on there. Now I'm going to have her sitting on this mushroom, and the mushroom is small enough. I actually have this block that has these grids on it. So when I place the stamp on it, I kind of make sure like the one edge is hitting this line, so when I flip it over I know the edge of my mushroom is there, and so I kind of have a feeling of where it falls when I flip it over, since I'm using rubber. Clear stamps, you don't have to worry about any of these issues because you can see exactly where you're going. But these are my tricks using rubber. I already stamped Josie onto a post-it note and kind of trimmed her out a bit. And just to speed up the video, since we've already gone over that before. And so I've got my mask on her. Now I'm going to ink up the mushroom. This one too, it's a bit more forgiving than some of the other things you can seat them on, so because I can kind of play with where I want her to fall on that. So now I just, have her there, and using my grids, I know the top is here, the end is here. I'm kind of just lining that up. Okay. Pull off the mask. Now she's sitting on the mushroom. That one's easy. Now we're going to move on to a little bit more tricky one. This is Paper Trey ink cardstock that I'm going to be using with Emma from the Take a Seat set from CC Designs. And we're going to ink Emma up. And we're just going to get her in the center here as much as I can. Okay. Now I'm going to grab the mask that I already cut out. Oops, sorry. I had it buried under my glass mat here. Okay. So you would just stamp her on the post-it note, cut her out, lay it right on top. Okay. So now the reason I have the glass mat out is this is going to help me line up, because I'm going to have her sitting on this big armchair. And what I've done is I took a ruler. Let me grab it real quick. And just kind of held it across the seat here. And then I just took a Copic marker and gave myself two little marks where that's going to fall, because I can always wipe it away with the colorless blender later. But then I'm going to be able to use these two lines when we go into stamp now. So, and I'm just going to pick lines. So basically these are the lines will line up where Emma is going to be, and we'll just line those up. And we'll ink up the chair. See if I can do this standing up and to the side. This will be a nice little experiment. Alright. So now I just am coming in and I'm lining up those line marks that I've made myself as much as I can. giving it a good even pressure. And that's the trickiest part, you know, with the sitting images, is getting them to fall in exact place. But I think we did okay. Not bad at all. She's a little floaty, but once you color it in, you're not even going to notice it. So it's really helpful if you have some kind of gridded mat that you can work on if you're going to be doing a lot of the seated images, or just to be able to create your own on a scratch piece of paper, you know, trace out your piece of cardstock, give yourself a little line wherever your image falls once you stamp it, and then do the same, give yourself a guide mark on your stamps and line the two up, and that'll really help you so that you can get them so they're not floating around. Then one last one, just real quick. We're going to do little Flitter friend Blackberry. It's kind of a combination of the two. She's definitely sitting on an object, and she has to fit into a specific area, not necessarily a flat space. So I'm going to stamp her on here. And I'm on Copic Express at cardstock with her. Okay, and then I've got the blackberries that go with her. And I've already marked out this space here with my Copic markers. Just gave myself a little grid line. And what that is I based it off of the stamp. So, like, I held my stamp, kind of laid it there before I did any of this, and, you know, gave myself the marks where her heel would fall, where her back falls, so that now when I go to stamp her, I've got her back, you know, and her heel here, her heel there. And so based off of where that image is in the paper, I can kind of figure out where she's going to need to be. I didn't do a good job getting her on the cardstock, but we'll ignore that for right now. Oh, forgot to mask. Oops. That's funny. Let's try this one more time. At least you can see now. No. You know, what not to do. Get that mask on there. Okay. So now maybe I can get her on here better, and this will actually look like something I can color up. Okay. Now, take your mask that you put on the Post-it note and cut out and get it on there. This should work better. Ink up our berries one more time. And we'll go again. So I got my little grid telling me where she falls. Right against that pantaloon. Her heel's kind of lining up with that one there. Good pressure. Pulling it up. Pull away the mask that we remembered to put on this time. And now she's sitting right on top of those berries. Alright, well, I hope that helps you whenever you're playing around with some seated images, and thanks for watching.